Now, I don't really know how to start a podcast, but I imagine it would go something like this.
Welcome to Late the Movies. My name is Ben. This is a podcast where my friends and I get to fill in our movie blind spots. Each week we'll pick a film that either I or a guest hasn't seen before and really should have by now. This week, going back to look at the future month, a whole month of movies set in a future that we've already experienced. This week is Paprika, the 2006 Satoshi Kon film. Not to be confused with the 2010 Chris Nolan film Inception.
But like basically the same thing.
Pretty similar. Left, right, across your podcast style, your guests this week. We got Cory.
Hey.
And we got Noah.
Hey.
Do I need some kind of like catchphrase or something?
That's up to you.
I feel like this comes up every time we do
I know,
it
and we just end up
forget what to
going.
say.
Hey.
Yeah. Maybe Bazinga. Is anyone using that? I don't think so.
Bazinga.
You can just own Bazinga.
Bazonga.
That's it. It's different. It's
It's
legally distinct.
Slight variation on it.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into the movie, have you guys watched anything good recently?
You know, you ask this every time, and
Yeah.
you would think
It's always a surprise.
I would think about it beforehand. Let's see. We went to the theater. Oh, I watched Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
The
What'd you
new
think?
one. I was pleasantly surprised. I kind of expected it to heavily rely on just nostalgia. But I thought on its own, it was actually like really funny and really enjoyable. Like nothing crazy, interesting plot wise, but visually and, you know, just like content wise was enjoyable.
Yeah. Did you see it too?
I also saw it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I didn't really get Monica Bellucci's character's plot line, but then I found out
She was
later
shoehorned
she's
Yeah.
what's that?
It felt like she was shoehorned in.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so too. But she's either dating or married to
Tim,
isn't he?
Burren. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know.
that's
I mean,
what-
it tracks.
Yeah. I'm guessing you haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you
I
say
know
you'll be
she's
like,
in it.
Yeah. Bazonga.
Bazongas.
There you
to
go.
get her bazongas.
But in-
about us.
But yeah, and I also watched the Three Body Problem.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
on Netflix?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
I haven't watched it yet, and I haven't read the book, but
I haven't
I've
either.
heard good things.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I also didn't read the book, but I enjoyed the show.
Cool.
Didn't we go to the theaters for something else recently?
Yeah, we did.
Do you know what?
No, I don't. It was only like a week before.
Was it
or a
just
couple weeks
Wolverine and
before
Deadpool?
Oh yeah, we saw Wolverine
Yeah.
and Deadpool. Yeah,
Since the last time you were on, did you see the new Alien?
we also saw
we
that.
also
yeah,
saw
yeah.
that
Yeah.
too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not as recent, but I think probably since the last time you
Mhm.
guys were on.
Yeah, I feel like I've been going to the theaters a lot more.
Yeah, we have been.
Honestly, since we started doing this podcast, but
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
even more in the last year.
I was thinking of it because I was thinking the last time you guys were on was probably Jason X,
Yep.
Yes, it was.
which is
yeah.
kind of an alien riff.
It's basically Alien, just
Yeah, it
with
fits
like
in there.
Yeah.
shittier aliens.
I haven't seen Alien Romulus yet either.
Oh man,
It's been-
how
It's
have we
great.
been seeing more movies? than
You've been
you
seeing
have?
a lot more movies than me. I've just been busy. I'm sorry.
It's all right, man.
Ben's too
Life
busy
happens.
just
Yeah.
going on dates.
I had to.
He looks
Giggity.
good today, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is what I wore to work. Save the.
I don't
Slippers.
normally wear a polo to work, but
Yeah.
we decided it was polo day at like 10 a.m. So then everybody just walked off camera and put on polos.
That's fantastic.
And here I am.
Now I feel underdressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't see any movies, but I saw a performance of movie music. Last night I saw Hans Zimmer and his band at TD Garden in Boston. It was great. Some other
What's his band called? Are they like the Zimmeronis?
they should be.
There's like a really good opportunity to use Zimmer or something.
They really should use something. It's just it's just billed as Hans Zimmer Live. If you're not familiar, and we were already mentioned in a movie that he's done the music for, Inception, a lot of Chris Nolan movies. Not all of them though, because he didn't do Oppenheimer, which Ludwig Göransson just won an Oscar for. I don't know if he's sad about that, but maybe he doesn't like Chris Nolan anymore. But The Dark Knight, Dunkirk, Interstellar was a highlight. He has a huge band.
I liked Interstellar a lot.
Yeah. And it's a crazy light show, and it's sort of like they perform it as sort of a rock concert. It's very intense The music from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies is him also.
Really?
Yep. Let's get to Paprika. I had not seen this before, but you guys had, right? Or at least Cory had.
I've seen it like twice.
Okay.
Before yesterday.
I'd watched it maybe like 6 months ago or something like that. Like semi recently, and then I rewatched it before today. Yeah.
Yeah. So it came out in 2006, but based on manga, graphic novel. Which one?
I think it was actually a book, like a full on. Cool. I feel like I was just reading that. It was like a 200-page thing. Like,
okay,
they said it was pretty hefty.
Damn. And I think it is set in 2007. Is that what we determined back when we were determining if it?
They said like very near future.
Yeah.
So
they have flip phones.
Yeah.
From when the book was written, it's the future, but they still have flip phones, so it's our past, and so it counts.
There you go.
A movie that I've wanted to watch for a while, but like a lot of things, if it's not like new or super classic, it's hard to be like, oh, it's time to watch this now and like sit down and do it. But the great thing about animated movies is they usually cap out at most 90 something minutes. And this one, no exception, 93 maybe.
Yeah. It was like I feel like it was like right over 90 minutes.
Yeah. Gets a lot out of
perfect.
it.
Have you seen Perfect Blue?
No, this is my only Satoshi Kon film.
I've seen now. That's another watcher.
Yeah. He didn't make many. This was his last one before his pretty early death. And yeah, sad that he didn't make more.
Do you think maybe
people really
he's
like
not actually dead and he's just in the dream world?
Oh, no. But you can still die in the dream world if the guy shoots you.
Yeah.
And that guy,
for some reason,
his body was like semi-corporeal, but then it was corporeal. But then
also butterflies.
Yeah, but it was also butterflies. But then he went down when the big hole opened under the guy's house.
Hate when that happens.
Oh, it's the worst.
It's terrible.
We'll get into it. Do either of you feel confident in giving a 1-minute plot summary?
I give a really bad one.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Works for us.
It's basically like Inception. There's a crazy ass parade. Lots of, it's like doing a bunch of drugs. And then there's a boob. And then the guy sticks his hand in the lady's skin. And then someone gets shot, turns into butterflies. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Has anybody got a better one?
Nope.
The wheelchair guy was behind it all along. He was the chairman of, they work at a research facility / hospital. They're doing like high-tech dream brainwave research, but they also just seem to work at a hospital. I know that there's research wings of hospitals. I
think it's like a subsidiary.
Yeah.
Is that the correct term?
Yep.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's at the beginning sort of loosely connected. There's a detective that's looking into some like somewhat shady homicides, trying to figure it out. He's getting help in his dreams from Paprika, who is the dream alter ego. Not the spice. So named Paprika, who is the dream alter ego of who is, I guess, ultimately the main character, Atsuko. Whatever her name was. I don't remember. I just watched this, so
I don't remember. The dark-haired lady.
The dark-haired lady, not the redhead, though they are the same person. They don't agree on who is part of who is the primary and who is the appendage. They disagree. But they're kind of chill with each other. I don't know. This movie's filled with great images that I really liked. I finished watching the movie very shortly before we were recording. And I haven't processed a lot of it yet, but I did like it. And I was able to follow it once I had as a sort of a guide trying to keep track of stuff. What really threw me, I'll say, is the guy who was the main evil dude's assistant.
Yes.
Trying to remember if he had been mentioned in the movie before he appears.
Yeah. I don't,
because it's like everyone knows this guy once he shows up.
I saw it and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Like who invited this guy?
Yeah. And they all have history with him. And I'm like, I guess I missed this part in the first act, but I don't think
he was pretty minimal. I think I remember at one point towards the end, but before the dream bit, when he was there, where he had a conversation with the main character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was like pretty brief though.
Yeah. It didn't make enough of an impression on me to remember that was that guy when it's revealed, because it's sort of like a reveal. Oh, this guy's helping him. It's like, who's this guy?
Yeah, it's like, oh, cool.
He's also very like just regular looking too, which doesn't help.
No, He's not rail thin or grotesquely fat, and so he's hard to remember who
Or
he is.
super old and tiny.
Or super old,
yeah.
tiny, bald glasses. That guy took all of the qualifiers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this dude's just normal dude.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah. Give him like a, I don't know, funny mustache or big ears or something. I don't know.
So 1 out of 5 should have had a funny mustache on that guy.
Oh, 6. Easily.
Well, those are the French ones that curl up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a real snidely whiplash.
Oui.
Yeah, it's hard to know exactly where to dive in on this, but you've both watched it before, but not like forever ago, not super many times. So what's, how are you experiencing this as you're watching it, I guess?
Every time I watch this movie, I'm like, holy shit. What is going on? Because it's weird because the dream state blends in with reality, and like it almost, there's no like indicator really that one is one and not the other, if that makes sense. Like it'll just be like everything's normal, and then it's like, oh, that car turned into a butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh shit. And it's like, are they dreaming, or is this real life and they're experiencing a dream in real life?
Yep. And then at the end that gets like weaponized against them, where they do like a couple Nightmare on Elm Street style fake outs, not really dreaming. Not that they were the first ones to do that, but you get me. The sword just holy shit, like mouth agape vibe watching it was consistent for me. Not just from following what's happening, sometimes more successfully than others, but also just visually, it's pretty stunning. The level of technical prowess in some of the ways it's animated with the
parade scenes,
yeah. The level
there's
of
a lot of
detail is crazy. The amount going on, there's a lot of times it's playing with transparency, which I guess they're probably using some computer help for that, but just if they're not, that's an insanely difficult thing to animate. And I think
they definitely were 06.
Yeah. There's the way that the opening credits are all sort of like projected spotlights that the characters are like crossing and getting like the light thrown on them in different parts. It's really hard to animate.
Yeah.
I think we did Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where there's like live action and animated characters interacting and them like moving lights around the scene and then tracking that as they're animating the characters is like, I just think light's really hard to animate.
Yeah.
So stuff like that was sort of just like the visceral, how did they do that? That looks really hard and really good level was sort of my main takeaway on this first watch.
Yeah. That's how I felt the first watch, and honestly the second watch too. Maybe because it had been a while in between. But yeah, I think the plot line itself is so hard to follow. And then you are the whole time you're just blown away by all the imagery.
Yeah.
And their melding of the real and the unreal and the dream and the reality.
It's really good.
Yeah, it was really, really
the best
really,
description
really
I got as to what actually happens in the movie was bad guy tries to use technology to take over the world.
Yeah.
Fails.
Yeah. About right.
Pretty much. We mentioned the chairman. That's the bad guy. Most of the characters are working for him and don't realize he's the bad guy. But the big dude who everyone keeps saying is like a kid on the inside, and they all sort of treat him as like a sort of challenged old younger brother. And then it turns out the main character was in love with him the whole time. I don't know.
I think
Good for that dude. You can fucking get it, I guess.
Yeah.
She's hot. Whatever. That's probably not
There's
the main
two of her.
takeaway I'm supposed to have.
Yeah, there's two of her, yeah.
There's two of her.
Yeah.
His dream alter ego is just a big robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was kind of funny.
Yeah. Hers is like a hot lady. Sure.
She just turns into a redhead.
Yeah.
Just hotter redhead.
Yeah, just somewhat hotter.
Yeah.
They're different types. It's fine.
Arguably same with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hotter.
If you're into robots,
He's hotter.
He's hotter.
Definitely hotter.
He's invented a technology called the DC Mini, which watching the subtitled version, they just say DC Mini, so it always like sticks out every time. And they say the term DC Mini comes up, especially in the first half of the movie, like every 30 seconds.
Yeah, quite often.
And it allows you to share dreams, essentially. And it's envisioned as sort of a therapy device to get people to confront their demons and work through them in a dream with someone there helping them, theoretically. We don't see a lot of it working correctly. We see at the beginning, it's the detective in his dream with Paprika, who is Atsuko's alter ego, like we said, main character. And she's trying to help him get through this unsolved homicide that's like haunting him and fucking up his sleep. Theoretically, it's supposed to work, but they realize that because there's no safeguards to stop other people from like invading and the dream worlds start melding or getting, some malicious actors come in from the outside. They think it's the big dude's assistant at first, who I also don't think was introduced in the real world. He was just introduced as his face sort of popping up on that doll with the bob.
Wait, who's the big dude's assistant?
The old guy?
No. They first think that the person, they thought it was like an inside job because this guy, Himura, has gone missing or whatever. And they thought he stole the DC Mini technology. And he's the guy that starts when Paprika's in there and the old guy is like getting carried away. And the dude who shows up on the faces of like the dolls to like taunt Paprika. That's the assistant, Himura.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So they think it's him. He ends up in a coma next to the big dude later.
Oh, okay.
When there's like the two guys that they're like, they're in REM sleep, but they're not dreaming. What's up with that? Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Again, but the way he's introduced is in the dream world on the face of like a doll.
Yeah. Is this a figment of this person's imagination or?
And then later when they track that it's at this abandoned kiddie theme park, the body that gets dropped through like the glass awning almost on the main character, that's that guy.
Wait, that's the assistant?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was the big doctor dude.
The big doctor dude is that guy's boss.
Okay. I don't know. Did he have a funny mustache?
No.
Well, that's why.
He should have.
No.
That's why I couldn't differentiate.
The cop had a cop mustache. It wasn't funny.
I think the main takeaway of this movie is they need to add more funny mustaches.
I think
that's
so.
mine.
Yeah.
So it turns out it's not him that stole it. As they get in there, eventually, the guy, the big doctor,
Dr. Tonka or something.
yeah, because he wants to find out why his assistant did it, tries to go into his dream while he's in the coma.
Oh, okay.
Because they bring him back to the lab after recovering his body from the theme park.
Yeah.
And when he goes in there, he realizes that it was a trap and it's not actually that dude that is it. He gets stuck in the robot. And now in the real world, he's in a non-dreaming coma, even though he's stuck in a dream. Then Paprika goes in to try and get him out. It's also a trap. That's when she figures out it's the chairman.
Yep.
Yeah.
He
eventually eats her. Yeah.
Which I guess was okay for some reason.
There's a lot of people getting eaten.
Yeah. And
It's that kind of movie.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going.
But they all end up fine.
Yeah, it works out.
Well, except for that one guy that got shot.
That's
Right.
true.
He's definitely dead,
he's being
right?
kind of a dick. So.
Yeah.
Or did they didn't actually confirm he died, right?
I don't think so. He's just
You
like,
see, he's like, yeah, his partially corporeal body. Yeah. After the main character, Atsuko, successfully gets out of the dream state, the really long one that she's stuck in at the end where she gets captured by that dude. And then that dude shows up in their lab space and they don't notice him at first. And he has like the bloody handprints smeared on the glass behind them, which was a cool image. And then his like partially corporeal body like falls forward as he's getting shot in the dream world by the cop. As his actual body at the chairman's house goes down a funnel in the ground and that the house all gets sucked in and then the whole world starts getting sucked in. I don't know.
Yep, that's Paprika.
yeah.
The imagery of the cop's dream, which recurs throughout, is a lot of what gets cited, I think, as what Inception's kind of riffing on, maybe. There's the obvious, like, collapsing hallway that looks
Oh, yep.
really, really similar to the to the hotel hallway that rotates in Inception, it like I think color wise and vibe wise looks like a very similar corridor. Him at the bar, there's like scenes in the hotel bar with a lot of in Inception. That's a pretty important scene too. Kind of looks similar. I don't know. There's stuff. There's collapsing dreams and cityscapes, and that's layers of dreams, things happening, like that guy getting shot and how it's reacting in 3 different places at the same time and like different timing. I don't know. It's cool. Dreams and such. Yeah.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Yeah, dreams are
Marion
cool.
Cotillard shows up, starts yelling about a top.
Oh, the most disturbing scene in the entire movie is when
There's a few choices.
the dude that should have had a mustache and didn't towards the end just like reached into Paprika's body and just like played around under her skin.
Yeah, it was really fucked
And then
up.
just like ripped her face open to reveal the real person.
Yeah. Because the real world version of that dude has a crush on that lady. Again, history implied that made me think I should have known who that guy was already.
Yeah.
I guess he worked there too.
Yeah.
All right.
He's in cahoots with the chairman.
Yeah.
Or literally, like
Yeah.
his head was coming out of his body.
As he's sort of like, not even really interrogating, but just sort of like torturing, sort of assaulting Paprika while she's pinned down as a butterfly. Just stop being a butterfly. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's like, you sold your body to the chairman or whatever. And then I guess it is the chairman because he's in a wheelchair, does need that guy's body
Oh, yeah.
to like walk around. But then he becomes like a big shadow giant anyway.
Yeah, he turned out fine.
There's some holes there that, that probably didn't get addressed.
I don't know.
fully.
But it's just like Paprika's immediately like, oh, I can clock this guy's whole deal, what he's done in the last few days. We, of course, know if you're here, this means you gave your body to the other guy. He's using it. He's going to piggyback and,
Yep.
he's going to
What I
possess
don't
you or
remember
something.
is what resulted in not needing the DC Mini anymore
I think it was
for
just,
the dreams.
it all merged so much that it just broke through. They keep talking about the other world. So there is like a sort of overlapping dimension thing where when you're dreaming, you're just tapping into that other world. It's not creating it so much. It's sort of always there. And so I guess the boundary had been worn down enough. I don't know that it goes into it or tells you. And apparently there's a 200-page book that probably has more specifics.
So they basically just broke down the walls between dimensions too much where you could just kind of slip in and out.
I think so. I'm going with that just because that's a well-worn...
That's what it seems like.
A well-worn trope in like fiction about dream worlds, fantasy worlds, demon worlds, whatever. Sometimes the barrier's too thin and things can pass through.
Sometimes you get banished.
Sometimes you get banished. It happens.
Did they say why people were like becoming susceptible to that weird March thing?
I believe the Inception. Uh-oh, there it is.
Oh.
I believe the implication. Uh-oh, I got incepted. Uh-oh. I gotta
Hopefully we
spin
don't
my
start-
top, see if I'm dreaming.
I hope we don't start going through a hole in the ground.
We better not.
Your rent would probably go up.
I know. Oh God, it would be. They'd spin it as a feature. The floors in here are wildly already halfway towards that. All to say, I think the implication is that those people really hate their lives. Shown by where it cuts to the beginning of the parades in real world, really towards the end, really, I don't know, last 20 minutes of the movie. And there is, it takes a second to recognize that it is doing the kind of well-worn, again, not to say well-worn trope again, but Japanese salaryman suicide. There's a Pixie song about it. It's a thing in culture. And all these dudes in suits happily doing like a synchronized dive move off the roof of their office buildings. They don't show you where their bodies go, but it doesn't look like they turn into frogs. Yeah. So I think it's just sort of modern life is rubbish. Everyone would rather turn their brain off than exist in the modern world sort of thing.
I mean,
Sure.
Yeah. It's the last refuge. That's what the chairman's sort of vibing on. the world sucks. The last refuge for anyone is dreams. So I'm going to take over the dream world. I think Paprika's like, so why should you be in control of it?
It's like, I just want to turn into a giant man.
Yeah. He just kind of wants to walk around, and this is the easiest way he can think of to do it.
Yeah. Right.
He's good.
I just want to
go big or
my
go
legs.
Yeah. When he comes around that corner and you don't see his lower body in the greenhouse, and you're like, well, this guy's going to be in a wheelchair for sure.
Yep.
And then he's not. He's got a bunch of roots.
Yeah.
And he starts throwing his roots around.
Yeah.
Someone should have
This
told him,
guy's
like,
trees.
hey, you could just like have regular legs. You don't
He
have to,
wanted trees. He wanted tree legs.
It's like,
aka
listen,
roots.
if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big.
Yeah. I'm
Tree
roots
legs.
now.
I'm roots. I'm a tree now.
I like when he gets mad at his assistant and pops up on his shoulder.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
So it's like yelling at him, like,
Yeah. I think I would have to do it. This is maybe just me trying to shoehorn John Carpenter into everything, but I'm wondering if when their faces are side by side in sort of diagonal, is that an homage to The Thing, the first thing that they find where the faces are sort of melding together, but on that sort of diagonal? It's similar.
it also gives heavy Junji Ito vibes,
Yeah.
which could have also been an influence.
Yeah, maybe more likely. That's a fair point. I liked it. It's nice. The amount of body horror in this I was okay with. I can sometimes go like one way or the other on body horror.
Mm-hmm.
We already mentioned The Substance. That's maybe apparently pretty ridiculous. Out this weekend. But yeah, I liked it. That stuff was good. It's just nice to see a thing I haven't seen before, and this movie was full of that.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, that
It's
definitely
definitely a horror movie, right?
check that box.
In a way,
Yeah,
it feels like it.
Yeah.
it's body horror
Yeah.
for a lot of it.
Yeah,
that
that's
lady
awesome.
gets her skin split open and then a body pulled out of her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's also like some happy music while a lady dances around. I don't know.
There's also a bunch of cute things like dancing down the. But then again,
Yeah, but they're like
Japanese
creepy.
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
All
the
the
context you're seeing them, it's like unsettling.
all the other people's faces on different bodies is kind of creepy too.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. But effective.
The cop dream sequence, especially the first time you see it through, it's like, oh wow, this was just like a perfectly executed little, like, however long that lasts for, a 3-minute chunk of visual storytelling.
Mhm.
That shit rocked.
Honestly, I wish my dreams were like that.
I know. I
Mine
don't
just
have
like
any
look
fun
real, but then it's
transitions.
like, why did that happen?
Mhm.
Oh well,
Yeah.
wake up.
Yeah. This would be better. And then maybe you solve a murder, learn something about yourself and this relationship you had with
Everyone
a
does.
friend as a kid that you fucked up.
Yeah.
I got to a point where I couldn't track that cop's inner journey at all.
No, I was just like, dude, you're on your own.
It's the guy he's been chasing is himself, but it's also sometimes his friend. But then at the end, it's the bad guy.
Yeah,
He
I just
killed
don't
himself
know how they're
like-
really connected.
Halfway through the movie, he's like, "I killed myself," and then Paprika's like, "Now that's a line from a action movie or whatever."
Is that what he said? I killed myself? Wait,
Yeah.
he was the person that he was running from?
Yes, but then sometimes it's also his friend who he made that 8mm short with as a kid, that then like got sick and
Also died. Yeah.
I thought I thought he in the movie he played the cop. His friend was the person that he was chasing, but he could never kill him at the end
Yeah.
because that would be him like killing him in real life, right?
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
that
it does. Definitely
Yeah.
does.
I think that was
Then
it. And
there's the one time they go through that the cops on both ends of the hallway and the guy that dies in the middle.
That confused me,
Right.
and
I don't
it
remember
didn't
that
seem
part.
to
And
phase
that's-
him at all. He was
and
like,
that's
"Yeah, I
when-
still got to shoot you."
And that's when he goes, "I killed myself." And then it shows Paprika in the movie theater by herself watching him say that.
Oh, maybe I don't remember that part. Maybe that's why it makes sense to me. Well, that part
Yeah, you forget that part.
that part excluded. Yeah, I thought his arc
The
actually.
part about it being the friend, that does make sense now that you say that.
And that the reason I thought it was cool at the end too when she reveals that the reason that, or the friend reveals that the reason that he became a cop was because he was like related to the movie. Because yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, he's insisting he doesn't like movies.
Yes.
And it's because it it's triggering this memory of this guy that he
Right.
feels like he betrayed, that he
Right,
that he let down, that he hasn't lived up to, that he never could live up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, that's great, dude.
Yeah.
But a fucking 800-foot tall shadow man trying to eat all the world's dreams.
Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small price to pay.
He's talking about dreams a lot, but once he's that 800-foot tall shadow man, he's talking about I'm curing death. No one has disabilities anymore. And you're like, let him cook, maybe?
Yeah.
Some of this, okay?
Yeah. He's got some good ideas. I don't know.
But then he
That's
starts.
what all famous not famous, all rich bad people say.
Mhm.
It's like, actually, this is better. It's like, okay, well, we'll see about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all good villains think they're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he's being evil.
Yeah.
Then he should add some regular legs.
Yeah.
That's where he fucked up.
Yeah. He also gave himself the Ken treatment. You know.
I mean, what are you gonna go into a dream world and not have a six pack?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh no, I
yeah.
meant he was fully dickless at the end.
Oh.
You don't need a dick in
Yeah.
dream world.
Giant main character. It's very, very, very fleshy nipples. Still.
Yeah.
This guy couldn't give himself a dick.
That's just not what he wanted.
Well, maybe he put it.
What he wasn't
Maybe he
feeling.
put it somewhere else. Maybe it was on the back.
That's right.
Didn't reveal.
Yeah, he had a butt dick.
Nice butt dick. We had two of them. On
Is that
Maybe he was
getting
tucking it?
included?
Yeah. Anyway, because of the movie being like not exactly a lot of narrative to follow or dissect, it's going to be a short episode, so we have to include everything that we
Yeah.
Oh,
say.
great. Well, in that case, no, I'm just.
We have to. It's fun to talk about and be like, this is interesting, and it's sort of just like, then this happened and it was cool, but a lot happened and it was cool.
Yeah.
So,
It's just very like visually
God,
carrying. Like
Mhm.
yeah, so inventive and
you
just
can't verbally describe.
no, it wouldn't do it justice. It's a short movie. Just go watch it.
Yeah.
We've been talking for about almost half the length of the movie. You could have already been halfway through watching
Yep.
that movie.
Yeah. Go watch it
Just
right
as
now.
confused as us,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's good.
but like happy about being confused.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go watch it.
I'm a sucker for anything about dreams. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
I've talked before about how much I like David Lynch's movies. All his shit's about dreams.
Mhm.
It's all dreams.
I'm a sucker for weird shit,
this
that's
is
like
true.
slightly
This is true.
sci-fi. So yeah,
Yeah.
you know this is down in my realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess sci-fi with it being future and so technology based.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sci-fi horror thriller. There's a cop mystery sort of at the center of it.
Yeah.
It's a big
melding of a
800-foot
lot
tall
of things.
it's
shadow
almost
man
a
in dreams.
children's show
Yeah.
Yeah.
to some extent.
Yeah.
I like when the main character turns into a big baby, then a toddler, then
Yeah, it was
then an adolescent, then eats the bad guy,
That was
I
great.
see
yeah.
that GIF a lot,
Oh yeah.
or like a
and then turns into a fleshy boob adult.
Mm-hmm.
a what?
A fleshy boob adult.
Fleshy boob adult. Okay,
It's hard to say. not
say that
sure
5
how
times
else.
fast.
It's just an interesting sequence. I don't know what to make of it, but
She-
the good guys win, and then she disappears.
I guess so.
And then,
Well,
and
no,
then the
'cause
cop
she-
gets
oh,
a
no, yeah.
digital note at the digital bar that she's married the fat guy.
Yeah. Oh wait, it wasn't Paprika that gave him the
Yeah.
Paprika married the fat guy?
Paprika told him that Atsuko married the fat guy.
Chibatsu.
Okay.
Though in a literal sense, it just says she is changing her last name to this guy's last name.
Okay.
So maybe she just fancied his last name.
yeah, maybe she's just like, oh, I don't like him like that, but that's a cool name.
I love that.
This experience was weird. I need to be a little harder to find.
Yeah.
But like not that hard because I changed it to like the
Yeah.
closest person to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. that
But
makes
I'm
sense.
also Paprika, so surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a needlessly confusing way for Paprika to frame whether or not they've gotten married. It's like she's choosing to change her last name to this.
Well, again, maybe they didn't get married. Maybe that was it. It was the
Yeah.
name.
Yeah. Just sort of
We'll
a
never
legal.
know.
It's because like everything else has been so confusing that they're like, we can't just be straightforward and give you an answer to this.
No.
No.
We need to make you think a little bit.
Yeah.
I like those bartenders. Followed the guy around.
Yeah, they were cool.
They were cool.
Yeah.
Good And okay, so I already mentioned John Carpenter. Now to mention Kubrick, there's big Shining vibes, like the bartender in The Shining.
I was thinking that too. Yeah.
Even though there's two in this, and it's not in a horror hotel with ghosts and such, it kind of is.
Yeah.
It sort of is.
Yeah, it's haunted dreams.
Haunted dreams. Paprika seems cool. Probably emotionally unavailable, very my type.
Paprika, yeah.
Yeah. Redhead.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Kind of flighty.
Yeah.
You're like, what's up? And she's like, I'm leaving. What?
Yeah, I'm already gone.
Yeah, can't find me now.
Until you're sleeping and she appears like coming out of your armpit.
Yeah.
Which,
whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Girls like that, you're on their schedule. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say about this movie.
I don't know if there is
I'm
anything else to
picturing
Feels
say.
like we're
scenes
sort
in
of
my head, and I'm
vamping.
like, yeah, it's just
Fucking
It's really
crazy.
cool. Maybe we can say like, what's your favorite image in the movie? We've described a few things already. There's stuff that this isn't even like a single image, but when Paprika is chasing down the dream parade through the abandoned city and sort of goes off on a side street and then sees like a tear in the world that they then step through.
Oh yeah.
And then it shows the opposite shot of it. And it's just like, even if you're using computers to animate that, the amount of just like math that your brain's doing to make any of that work, it looks insane in the coolest way.
Mm.
And then there's the movie joke stuff where they're in the theater and the cop in the dream is explaining the 180 rule to her, how there's like an imaginary line and you don't cross it or the shot looks weird. And then the entire frame spins and he's like, see, this is way better. It's like, holy shit. They talk, and that's when they talk about pan vision also.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yikes. I mean, that spoke to the movie nerd soul very, very well. So cool.
Nice.
So meta.
Some of my favorite parts are just like the extremely hectic, like the parade scenes. Like, there's just so much
going
there.
on.
That's
Those
like
frogs
super
are so
creative,
happy.
and yeah,
Mm.
like those scenes, like every time I watch it, like stick in my head a lot.
Very different tonally, but still, demons and spirits and ghosts and shit. When we did Spirited Away, talking about like everything's just cool and fun to look at, and something's going on, and I've never seen it before.
Mm.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yep. And it has its own dream logic, that being like spirit world logic, but still like something is a certain way, and they're like, here's a rule, it's like this, and you're just like, sure, that's the rule, I guess.
Just accept it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just accept, sure, that's the way things are here. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, gravity goes sideways here. Or whatever,
Yeah. I liked when the police officer was trying to get to Paprika, and he was literally like going through the wall.
Yeah.
You could see him on the other side of where Paprika is, and he was like literally like
like
pushing
bulging.
through.
Yep.
Yeah. It's all like morphing to his body. I thought that part was really sick.
Maybe also another Nightmare on Elm Street reference, the first one where they
that's true.
They have the spandex that they set up behind the bed that the guy pushes through.
Yeah. Good point.
Or maybe not. I don't know. But if you're doing a dream thing, and this guy's clearly into horror, I'd like to think he's seen at least the first version.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
probably.
I feel like everybody that's like into
Come
any kind of movie things have seen
For sure.
at least some of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say about the movie? I know. I think I went like, we should talk about our favorite images, and then I talked for 5 minutes. So if you guys have any you want to talk about too.
I don't think I've been.
Yeah, I already-
definitely,
We shared ours. Mine was
Yeah.
just like the crazy hectic
Oh, right.
street parade scenes.
Sorry.
Go watch it, people. It's like
Let's go watch.
it's like really cool.
Yeah. Well, let's get into ratings and then our wrap-up question. On a scale of 0.5 to 5, on any scale of your choosing aside from stars, what would you give the 2006 Satoshi Kon film Paprika?
I don't want to go first on this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't have one yet.
Oh,
I was just going to fill the dead air.
I'll give it 4 convoluted dream states out of 5.
There's a specific something about conceit. The night people don't want the day people to be conceited or something. You know what I'm talking about.
That's early.
I don't.
That the parade's chanting.
Oh,
I'm going to look up quotes.
All right.
I'm sure. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to go 4 out of 5 Japanese whiskeys on the rocks. Every time I saw them pour that, I was like, oh, damn. I kind of want a whiskey. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. A soft, not in a bad way, but I reserve the right to go up or down. 4.5 out of 5 conceits of the daytime residents, which is what the nighttime residents want. So there's a lot of phrasing in this. I mentioned David Lynch before, who I feel like is sort of masterful at putting together some words that don't necessarily make sense, but evoke a tone and an atmosphere. And with dream logic, it doesn't have to make sense, but it just does have to like make you feel something. And I feel like a lot of like the chanting and the sort of vaguely consumeristic bent of a lot of it, talking about like products and like people being happy and whatever that shit's about. The conceit of the daytime residents is what the nighttime residents want. It's like, okay, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's the vibe.
Sure.
Yeah, that's when the big guy's told by the dolls that it was foolish to come here and inquire about the master of the dream. And yeah. Yeah.
Do you think Satoshi did a lot of drugs?
0, I bet. No, yeah, I think
probably not any. Honestly.
I don't know. Seems like it was just really imaginative guy.
One of the first thoughts while watching that movie was like, oh, whoever watches this now knows what my mind is like at all times. You'll just be standing there. It'll be a perfect day. And then boom, fucking parade.
Yeah. I liked that when the parade breaks through into the cop's dream, he's like, is this me? Am I this fucked up?
Yeah.
She's like, no, this is a lot of other stuff happening. It's really bad. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
I vibe.
It didn't happen with everyone, but when the old dude is back awake and he's like the man in the chair while other people are going into the dreams, I like that he just shows up in different stuff in their world talking to them. When the cop's
just like the face of something.
Him as the monkey. Yeah. I thought that was really funny as well.
He's like a bird at one point, I think, too. Like
it was
image
clouds.
of a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was good. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like
really
it
good.
a lot.
So, let's say this is 2007. The question this month, what from this vision of its future do you wish would have actually happened by the year it was set?
Oh,
We've done a lot of weird dystopian stuff this month, so it hasn't all been super positive, but work with it.
I feel like the potential that the dream device had to resolve unresolved traumas via dreams would have been really cool to have.
Yeah. To just see what your like unrestrained dream self is like conjuring up as a personal demon.
Yeah, or even I don't even need to see it. If someone else can see it and just like
exactly.
You know, I don't know.
I have a hard time sort of saying like, here's what's really bothering me. If it's just like let's just put the headbands on.
Yeah.
Take a quick nap.
Let me just peer into your mind.
Yeah.
You know.
This girl that turned me down will show up in the form of like a dragon or something, and then we can talk about it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Slay the
completely hypothetical, not about me.
Mm-hmm. Ben is into actual dragons though.
Yeah,
which is fine.
The girl is a dragon, so it's actually pretty
She's
literal.
a dragon.
You know, we do play D&D. You can, do that.
Yeah.
Well, they're down. They're intelligent, sentient beings.
As long as Greg says it's okay.
And look, they have human forms.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the question?
I don't know. We've digressed.
Yeah, so I think the dream device, if that had actually existed in 2007, it would save me some years of therapy.
I think we're still pretty far from.
I think.
Well,
we're
to that
not
level,
too
we're
close,
super far, but I feel like I don't know.
Do you guys see Maniac?
No.
Oh, really?
I think I downloaded that yesterday.
You should check
the
it
show?
out. The show, yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Jonah Hill and Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
good.
What this was making me think of.
Yeah.
But that was a big part of it, is basically them taking the drugs to go inside their own dream and process it like that. So
it's like an
DMT.
Yeah, it's an experimental psychological treatment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
where they live different genres of film.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it is. The thing about that is that I will watch anything Emma Stone's in. So
Yeah. Which she's great in, by the way.
yeah, she always is.
She's great in it.
There's that one movie I haven't seen where she plays an Asian character that I don't want
That's
to.
probably not.
It's called Aloha. I think it's a Cameron Crowe movie. He made Almost Famous and then stopped being good.
I've never heard of it. I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't like very prominent. Anyway, it was around the same time as Scarlett Johansson doing Ghost in the Shell. So yeah.
Oh. Yeah, probably not the best choice there either.
No. But in both cases, they're not like in yellowface or anything. They're just white ladies, but the characters are supposed to be Asian, and it's just a white lady doing it. And they're like,
Come on.
So yeah, that's our show.
Nice.
Anything else? Time to join the Dream Parade.
Nah.
No.
What part of the parade would you be? Robot. Big, I like that family that turns into gold statues. The big frogs with the drums and the cymbals.
It'd be one of the frogs.
I know. I like making noise.
That might be a robot.
Robot. Okay.
Robot's
Like
cool too.
Moving around like I'm a robot.
Yeah.
Just doing robot stuff, talking like a robot.
Yeah.
Just doing the robot.
Literally doing the robot. Yeah.
Yeah, doing the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Cory. Thanks, Noah. This
Sure.
is fun.
Thanks, Ben.
Heck yeah. Thanks for having us.
A great movie. You got to watch Perfect Blue now.
Yeah, I'm going to go through all his films. There's not that many, unfortunately, for people who like movies and culture in general. You can find our stuff on Linktree, linktr.ee/late to the movies. And yeah, that's it. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Bye.
Adeus.